Coming up on Network Africa, Zimbabwe's Electoral Commission declares President Emmerson Mnangagwa winner of the election. Opposition leader Nelson Chamisa disagrees. Mali election heads to runoff between President Ibrahim Boubacar Keïta and rival Sumala Cisse. DR Congo opposition leader Jean-Pierre Bemba files his bid for the presidential election. Hello and welcome to the program. I'm Teniola Shibowale. We begin today in Zimbabwe, where the opposition leader Nelson Chamisa has dismissed the election results as unverified. Mr. Chamisa's MDC Alliance Party also vowed to launch legal challenge saying the vote was rigged. However, President Mnangagwa has urged Zimbabweans to unite behind his presidency. He narrowly avoided a runoff by taking 50.8% of the vote.
Zimbabwe President Emmerson Mnangagwa, a former spy chief installed after Robert Mugabe's removal, has won the country's presidential elections. After 2 days of claims and counterclaims, the 75-year-old secured victory, polling 2.46 million votes against 2.15 million for 40-year-old opposition leader Nelson Chamisa.
The votes received by Mnangagwa Emmerson Dambudzo of ZANU-PF party are more than half the number of votes cast in the presidential election. Therefore, Mnangagwa Emmerson Dambudzo of ZANU-PF party is therefore duly declared elected president of the Republic of Zimbabwe with effect from the 3rd of August 2018.
The past month or so,
the newly elected president calls for unity, but the main opposition leader rejects the outcome and demands that proper and verified results be released.
We respect ZEC, we respect the law, but we are being abused for respecting the law. We have a percentage. We know that we defeated Mnangagwa in all the constituencies where his MPs were winning. Mnangagwa was losing. In all the constituencies where my MPs were not performing well, I won. Overall, I have a majority vote.
On the streets of Zimbabwe's capital, Harare, opposition supporters are disappointed with the victory of Emmerson Mnangagwa the morning after the country's election results were announced.
Zimbabwe is not going anywhere with President Emmerson Mnangagwa. We are tired, we are sick and tired of ZANU-PF. For true, we are sick and tired.
The election, the first since the army removed 94-year-old Robert Mugabe from office in November, passed off relatively smoothly. But its aftermath, in which 6 people were killed in an army crackdown and opposition protests, revealed the deep rifts in Zimbabwean society that developed during Mugabe's decades in power and the instinctive heavy-handedness of the security forces.
Now let's get more on this story from a Zimbabwean journalist, Nigel Nyamotumbu. Nigel, what's the security situation like in Zimbabwe at the moment? Are there fears of renewed violence in the country after the announcement of the results?
Well, the situation is still largely calm and generally peaceful. With high presence of police, including riot police. Yesterday, just on the eve of the announcement of the results, quite a number of army vehicles were patrolling around the Harare Central Business District. Otherwise, well, upon announcement of President Mnangagwa's victory, the country is generally calm, with reports that last night soldiers and police patrols predominantly high-density areas. They were closing bottle stores, drinking holes, and so on, perhaps to try and contain the situation, particularly in trying to avoid what occurred on Wednesday.
The opposition leader Nelson Chamisa has dismissed the results as fake, saying he will challenge it in court. How long is this process likely to take?
Well, according to the Electoral Act, one of the key amendments that were made are such that all electoral complaint cases have to be dealt with within around about 90 days or so. So what it means is within the next 3 months, the electoral court, which is comprised of the Supreme Court, which essentially is the apex court in all electoral matters, will have made a determination on whether the complaint that the NDC Alliance will pose will hold a draw, and whether there is sufficient evidence to the nullification of the presidential election results pronounced by the Electoral Commission.
This election was meant to set Zimbabwe on a new path following years of repressive rule under Robert Mugabe. With this result, which the ZANU-PF won by a landslide, is the country really on the new path?
I think the new dispensation mantra or new path mantra of Robert Mugabe is all but a myth, rhetoric by the ruling party, ZANU-PF, President Mnangagwa and ZANU-PF. There is some remarkable improvement that the new administration has made, particularly in just ensuring and guaranteeing peace within the country. We've recorded less human rights violations in terms of physical violence. But however, the key fundamental structural issues that were obtaining during the Mugabe era are still very much intact. Whether you look at it from a perspective of high influence of the security sector on civilian politics and on politics in general, whether you also look at creating a conducive environment, be it for the media sector, be it for absence of intimidation, be it around access to information and general transparency, it will still, by and large, remain what was playing in the Mugabe era. I mean, the opposition press conference today was marked by disturbances of the riot police, which in itself is an indication that instead of moving forward, Zimbabwe is regressing firmly towards what was obtained during the Mugabe era.
Thanks for joining us on the program, Nigel Yamatumbu, Zimbabwean journalist.